Things are heating up in Kenosha ahead of the Rittenhouse verdicts. Plus, also, a Wisconsin school district faces lawsuits after using male name pronouns for female students. The January 6th rider, known as QAnon Shaman. Well, he got sentenced today to 41 months in prison. For what? Ooh, it's not even insurrection. And what the hell is the movie Dune? And why is it a must-watch? I don't know. Maybe Lawyer Wayne can convince me today because we got this and so much more to go over in the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Missing the button there. Hey, how's you doing? How you doing? My name's Joe Padula, host of the show, and I'm a former soldier with the 2nd Brigade Combat Team Strike, 101st Airborne Division Air Assault, and it is an honor to help continue the mission off the battlefield and in a civilian uniform by upholding the Constitution and loving this country. America, America. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. What's up, Bay? How you doing?
All right.
Bay, you got your Bud Light hat on.
Yes.
Are they sponsoring you?
No.
Oh, you got to.
It's just a hat.
Dude, you got to get that Budweiser money.
Yeah, I wish.
I wish, right? No doubt about it. Good to have you aboard today,
Nice
Bay.
to be here.
Lawyer Wayne.
Hey, Joe.
How you doing, Lawyer
Doing
Wayne?
great.
LawyerWayne.com. Know your rights, know your options, and he's going to get very controversial today. For those who don't know, Lawyer Wayne, or new to the program, Lawyer Wayne is married to a wonderful woman, and together they have 9 natural children.
That's true.
It's crazy, man. I always have to bring that up every time.
See all the unnatural ones
No, you have unnatural children?
and supernatural.
Oh. Hey, always type in your comments, type in your questions, type in your answers. Give us a like. And definitely help us out by sharing this video now. Click that share button. Boom, and the hearts too. Boom, 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 boom. Subscribe to the channel. Also, type in where you're viewing or listening from. We'd love to know about your neck of the woods during all of this craziness and what's going on over there. So, okay. Where shall we begin? Where shall we start here? Should we start with what's going on in Kenosha? Because I've been waiting pretty much all day for this here. Let's see. Do we have it up? Yeah. All right. So on this one, things are heating up in Kenosha ahead of the Rittenhouse verdict. Lawyer Wayne, you're a lawyer.
I am.
Have you been following this case whatsoever?
A little bit. I see it come up on TikTok.
No, come on.
Absolutely.
More than just TikTok.
No, I see it all over TikTok.
Well, yeah, after more than a day of deliberation, the jury in the Rittenhouse trial has not made up its mind whether it wants to uphold the truth or capitulate like cowards. Capitulate. What does capitulate mean, Lawyer Wayne?
Capitulate means to give in, typically.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a word that would have something to do with the head. It's got the word capital in it. Capital means head.
What's really on...
I bet it means to bow the head or something like that.
To give into. I got you.
Yeah.
So what's really on the line here is yours and mine and ours right to self-defend. That is the big picture. That's what we're looking at overall here. That's why this is so important. But in case any jurors start feeling like they care about facts and justice over feelings and lies, come on, Lawyer Wayne.
Right.
The woke mob has begun to show up outside of the courthouse. It's been crazy out there. Here's what they're trying to do, because it looks like they got 2 jurors that are according to a potential, allegedly, a U.S. Marshal, this video of what's going on out there. Lawyer Wayne?
Yes.
Have you ever, you've done trials with jury members, right?
I have.
Right? Have they ever been scared in your trials?
No, not that I'm aware of.
And do you know why the television's allowed in this court and not like some other courts where you just see the paintings and the drawings?
Why is that?
Because it's a state case.
Ah.
Federal cases, you cannot have televisions in.
Is that right?
That's why you see that Ghislaine Maxwell drawings.
Yeah, you got to have the drawings.
Mm-hmm. Whoever's drawing her hates her. They are making her so ugly. But where is this courthouse I got? I should
I wish we had the. I wish we had that rule locally here, so that we could have those drawings. I could get like a drawing of myself in the newspaper with one of those courtroom artists. You know, instead they got the actual photograph of me, so I can't get it cleaned up or anything. You know, if my suit's wrinkled or if I haven't, shaved lately.
So here's what it's looking like outside of the courthouse. As you could see, for those just listening audio-wise, it is a mob house. There are tons of people, shoulder to shoulder, like no mask, by the way, so that's good. But they're banging drums out there. I heard that there may or may not be feds out there trying to also stir things up. Have you heard that, Bang?
No.
Mike Hoover checking in.
God, just dump Gatorade on somebody.
Is that what that is?
I don't know why it was.
So they got the drums out there.
Yeah, this is dipping
yeah.
Gatorade
Look
on.
at this. Like,
yeah.
what does this do?
I mean, I call it blue, but I don't know what the real name for it is. Probably something about mountain air.
Here's the thing. What if there's bleach in there or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it looks like blue to me, so bleach. But yeah, watch out.
You could tell this guy's a punk anyway, covering half of his face.
Just dump Gatorade on a lady. I don't know what else you could think about somebody that would do that.
Now, Lawyer Wayne, is that assault?
Yes.
That is. That could be assault right there.
Yeah, that's crime. You can't go dump a Gatorade on somebody.
Unless
not
they're
allowed.
your football coach and you win the big game. Then you could dump an entire tub of Gatorade.
In the same way that sports, like you can tackle a quarterback, where if I were to run across and tackle somebody without their permission, that would be an assault. It is generally understood that there's a certain amount of leeway there, yeah.
So they got the drums, they're banging outside, they're trying to be loud, the whole bit. They are trying to intimidate these jurors. There is actually footage of, I believe it is the cousin of George Floyd, okay, who put out there a video of saying, jurors, we know who you are, and we're coming for you, okay? Like, that's a threat right there. But, hey, make sure to go attack the teachers at the PTA meetings. But anyway, so is it going to work, though? Is it going to work?
Racists up here making comments to me like that. No, I'm not making comments. I'm not against people like you are.
Again, all up for grabs is our right to defend ourselves when being attacked. It's all up for grabs. What's up, Lawyer Wayne?
I was just thinking about the one of the reasons they care about juror privacy is to prevent that type of threats, right? If you allow cameras in the courtroom, they could take pictures of the jury, run facial recognition on them, look them up, send them messages online. Imagine, getting back from a trial and your Facebook feed, you were on the jury for some big case and you get back from trial and all of a sudden your Facebook feed's full of people, messaging you about this case.
Yeah.
Jurors don't want that.
Well, babe, did you see during the trial there was a time, it was last week, where the judge hears someone taking a picture with their camera? Yeah. Yeah, so you got people in there with phones and everything, and they are trying to get pictures of the jurors and everything, and I get that.
Sure.
You want to. Back in the day, the mob in Jersey and New York, okay, the way that they would get off scot-free most of the times in these cases was by intimidation of the jurors. They would find out who their families are. They would show up at the works and be like, hey, it behooves you to, stay out of this.
Right.
And they would just get mistrials. But, yeah, that's what's going on over there in Kenosha as we speak. But they haven't come up with anything yet, huh?
As far as a verdict, I haven't heard anything.
Me neither. What do we got here? All right. Well, we'll keep you up to date and abreast on anything else that happens. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, there was some damn good coverage of this like a year ago. Look at this. This is from the New York Times. This is a Christian Trebert.
Sure.
Okay? And this was August 26, 2020. This guy nailed it. He did a great play-by-play with footage and everything. Let me see if I got some of that. Da-da-da. Sorry. Again, thanks for hanging in there. No.
If you hadn't seen it by now, It's been up there for forever.
Yeah, true.
YouTube kept taking down those kind of videos because they showed,
Well, there's the
actual
warning.
people being killed and having a gunfight in the street. It was pretty brutal stuff.
Well, here's the warning, okay? This video does include
Yeah.
some graphic violence, okay? So there is your warning, okay? Thank you. And I do not own the footage of this. This is more of a reaction video, and I am not claiming that I own this footage. I'm learning.
Okay.
There's one less strike. Okay, so you see that? Before, this is, okay, so in case you don't know, there's a... Real quick, Kyle Rittenhouse, okay, is in Kenosha. Him and his buddies are protecting a gas station that was allegedly being tried to set on fire, okay? They then moved to a car dealership that was then being attacked. There's all footage of that, and they went there to protect that, okay? Then they went to another car dealership that was being just obliterated, okay, and broken and beat down, and they go to protect that. And so now one of the guys from the gas station, okay, one of these angry guys, Rosenbaum, he's the one that has the criminal record there. He's dead, by the way. And yeah, he had some pedo charges, and he was out of prison on those pedo charges. And so there is footage of the pedo guy, Rosenbaum, now chasing Rittenhouse, is what we see. Now, there is shooting before the actual gunfire shots from Rittenhouse.
Right.
Here, we're going to zoom in here in just a moment. And that's Rittenhouse shooting. Rittenhouse is calling 911 to report what just happened. This is when now he runs. And then, as he's running, this is in case you haven't, you've just been getting your information from mainstream media that wants to tell you the narrative and not show the actual footage. So now Rittenhouse, again, graphic footage, warning, is running as they're now attacking. Rittenhouse goes down. Watch the what do they call him? The jump kick guy?
Yeah, the kick guy.
Kick man.
Kick man. Boom.
There's Kick man.
They just found out who Kickman is.
Did
they?
Yes.
They found out who he was?
They found out who Kickman is. There's the guy.
There's the alleged victim.
The alleged Kickman, Maurice Freeland, suspect of being jump
Has this been
Kickman.
is he?
Yes.
But has he said that that's who he is, or
Maurice Freeland.
has he admitted to that? I don't want to.
I believe he's on the
I do not want to
run.
participate in accusing some guy being Kickman unless you.
Well,
let's say allegedly.
According to
This headline says suspected of being.
according to Wisconsin right now. Okay? There's the attribution. According to Wisconsin right now, Maurice Freeland, a felon with a long criminal history and open domestic violence charge, is accused of being the mysterious, supposedly unidentified man known as Jump Kick Man during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
All right.
Yeah. Wisconsin right now has learned from a law enforcement source in a position to know that prosecutors informed the Rittenhouse defense team only last Thursday, November 11th, Veterans Day 2021, as the trial came to an end, that Freeland, the alleged Kickman guy, had come forward claiming to be Jumping Kickman. So, okay, so there's Kickman guy. All right? Another felon out there.
Or a guy.
Why are all these BLM and Antifa people felons? What's up with that?
We found an article on the internet that says that a cop anonymously has leaked that this guy claims that he's that.
That's right.
That's not very reliable information.
No,
and
it-
if Maurice Freeland is not, in fact, Kickman,
Right.
he might be able to sue somebody that would make such a false claim. So Maurice Freeland, if it's not you, we're not saying it is.
No,
And
I'm
these
just
people
reporting
are.
from
And we just want you to know that somebody's
right.
claiming you're Kickman. And if that ain't true, let me know.
Lawyer Wayne
I'll
doing his
correct
lawyer
it
work.
on the air.
I love it.
I promise you.
Well, we are just attributing the Wisconsin right now.
If you are Kickman, keep your mouth shut. Talk to a lawyer.
So, okay, so now Kickman, as we saw, back to the video, on August 25th, 2020.
All right.
Now, the gun is knocked out, okay? There's Rittenhouse on the ground. This is now the, I believe, the second guy that got shot was Anthony Huber.
Yeah.
Okay, the 26-year-old who was shot and killed in Kenosha, Wisconsin at the BLM riot. Okay, and he was filmed chasing down Rittenhouse and then hitting him when he was on the ground with the skateboard. So he's the skateboard guy. The guy also has a criminal history that includes charges of battery and repeat domestic abuse. So, and then right behind him, as you see circled, all right, is Gage, what's his name? Grouse Truce, whatever. Gage, the third guy, the guy that was on the...
He's the guy with the gun.
Yeah, the guy with the witness stand, the 26-year-old member of the People's Revolution
Yeah, Kickman,
movement.
skateboard man, and gunman. Mm-hmm. All right, here they come. And I don't know why we have to point out their criminal records. Just because, first off, just because you have a criminal record doesn't mean you deserve to be shot.
No, I'm not saying that.
Second off,
right.
even if you have no criminal record, you
That's
start
right.
swinging a skateboard at me, it's going to be scenes of graphic violence coming up. So, warning everyone.
Oh, I didn't show the shooting part, just to be safe.
Okay.
But, you know, just to be safe.
It's
right
brutal
here.
stuff, right?
I
I have to
know.
watch this stuff for a living, right? But you watch it, and it looks like it's John Wick or something. But these are real people. These are people that were alive, and then they're dead
Right.
for real, right? This isn't a movie. This really happened. And the jury, I heard today, were asking to rewatch some of the footage today
They were.
because they have to decide.
You know what footage they wanted to rewatch? The footage that the prosecution withheld from the defense, the high definition footage.
Crazy.
Okay? Did you see what happened today?
Crazy.
Well,
The prosecution
these things come up in trials. Yeah.
is.
Sometimes you got to play it close to the chest, right?
But anyway, so nonetheless, boom. And as a war veteran, I gotta hand it to this kid. The kid was able to maintain composure while and when bullets are flying, the adrenaline is rushing. Believe you me. All right, and that moment when you have to pull the trigger to actually end somebody's life is. If trained properly, it's not even a thought. It's just automatic, okay? But the fact that he was able to, as the third guy, Gage, had his gun out and pointing at Rittenhouse, to be able to hit the arm and not the body of Gage, to eliminate the threat by just taking out the arm and not the body. To be honest with you, this Gage guy should have been singing his praises and thanking him. But, of course, that's not going to be because he's suing the city of Kenosha for $10 million. But that's a different story. So now, after all of this happens, Rittenhouse is now making his way towards the police. What does he do now? Puts his hands up.
Hey, he just shot them. Hey, dude right here just shot them. Dude right here just shot all them down there. That dude just shot them up there. That dude right here. Yeah.
Any comments stand out for you guys? And thanks for the comments. Sorry we've been missing them. What's up? What's up, Kat? What's up, Williams? What's up, Mikey Glaze? Eric, how you doing, brother? So, these vehicles now go towards where the ones who are shot at, okay? Now, the media sucks. When this all first happened, they were like, oh, white privilege. White privilege. The cops just drive by them. Listen.
Someone injured straight ahead.
injured straight ahead. Do you hear? The cop saying, injured straight ahead. So MSNBC, when you were outraged over white privilege because the cops drove past, they're going to render medical aid while the one cop is staying right there, all right? And this is where Rittenhouse goes to turn himself in. Now, before, let me see if I got the befores. Let's see what this one is. We saw this one. Oh yeah, here's the first shooting from above. The drone footage would, FBI just happened to have the drones out. Babe, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I just like this.
What do you think that is, babe?
I just like this weird.
It's weird, right? Why not on the ground, but have drones flying around? At the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's weird.
let's give a little bit of credit to the FBI.
Yes, let's
They
hear
had
about
some
it.
people on the ground, too.
Oh,
I'm sure of it.
I bet a drone operator.
I'm sure they had some Look, just because they didn't wear the hats that say FBI doesn't mean there weren't FBI out there, too. I mean, the feds do things.
Yeah,
They got drones.
just look at January 6th.
You're terrible.
What?
Terrible.
What? Lawyer
Terrible.
Wayne, what?
Look, the feds had a drone out there.
Uh-huh.
Keeping tabs on everything. Make sure they're there to protect us, right? Eye in the sky.
You would hope so.
Yeah, well, it's nice because they're watching. They want to make sure. Like if somebody shoots somebody, we cut it on camera so we know who shot who and why. It's important.
Here's some footage of Rittenhouse after leaving the dealership. This was minutes before the shooting.
We need to watch each other. Me and him are out here running and seeing if you do advantage. But speaking of which, we need to go check to see if somebody got.
And for those who are, because there is a big argument, why is he out there? Well, why is Gage out there, who is from Milwaukee, okay? What about the first guy that is being brought in from out of the city into this city? Why is he there? Do you know what I mean? The reason why guys like Rittenhouse and his infantry buddy here, this is I wouldn't call him a battle buddy, never served with him, but a brother in arms who was former infantry, this is why they're there, is because the cops decided to allow this to happen.
Very good. All right.
Understood.
That's fair enough.
You're fine.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Cops were out there
How's
too.
your
They got the
certified
lights on and everything.
That they
They're
were.
not allowing anything to happen in the city. So
Gotcha. And you work as
a lot of
EMT
people, not a lot
normally?
of cops.
That's a good point, Lawyer Wayne.
I'm a lifeguard normally. I got my ALS.
Gotcha.
Are they chanting "Let's Go Brandon" in the background?
No,
Did you hear that? That'd be amazing.
They probably were.
I'm former Army infantry, and I got a whole bunch of travel training. So.
All right, and then we got. Did you see the one where he actually had the interaction with the officers before all this went down? I found this one very interesting as well. No, it's not that one.
I can't wait to get off here and look up Kickman.
Oh, Kickman.
I'm excited that they
Oh,
now that
might
they know
have.
who he is.
Oh, I can't play that one. That's the one I wanted to play, but yeah, maybe this is it. No, that ain't it. All right. Nonetheless, I had one of because the cops roll up to these guys who were protecting the businesses,
Right.
and actually thanked them for doing what they were doing. Did you guys see that footage? Where is it? I really need to find that one.
William Davis in the comments says, "Let's Go Brandon" came out after this incident. I don't know what it means.
I know. It was a joke. It was a joke.
I don't know who Brandon is. but
Lawyer Wayne.
William.
Lawyer Wayne, what does your mug say? Here,
That's
hold
not
up
my
your
mug. It's a mug you put on my desk when I got here, and it's got an angry-looking elephant on it.
Oh, boy. All right, this ain't it because that's a graphic warning. All right, screw it. Screw it. We'll do it live.
There's a bunch of people whose job it is to actually watch this and decide what they think happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the system we came up with. I don't know why they,
Well,
what they need for these kinds of trials is a DJ running things.
Yeah.
So when they say like, "Hey, pull up," they need an intern Shane to run the projector.
Bam, bam,
Hey, pull
bam.
this footage up.
That's right.
How's intern Shane doing?
He's all right. He got a security job.
I saw that.
So guess who reached out to Kyle Rittenhouse?
Oh my goodness. I'm sure there's
Hey, you
already.
brought this up yesterday.
I'm sure there's already a bunch of lawyers circling around waiting for that lawsuit.
Nicholas Sandman saying, "Hey, Nick Sandman sends message to Kyle Rittenhouse. You are not alone."
First off, all due respect to Mr. Sandman, I don't think having a man drum in your face for 5 minutes and then having a bunch of news media say ugly things about you.
Right.
You know, I've heard about the payday he supposedly got out of that, so I don't know that that's quite the same thing as having to, get in a gunfight.
I'll
with
tell
a
you
bunch
what,
of
though,
people.
media's got to learn, because you remember when we covered that first in 2019? Before the mainstream media, we really went into the entire thing. Like, we went into the black Israelites, right? Before the mainstream media even said their name.
Yeah, the news got caught off guard there, and you'd think that, and I think somewhat they've learned their lesson. Don't go with the one Twitter video until give it a few minutes and let everybody else post their videos too.
Yeah.
Right? Give it 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the mainstream media. It's just like with this Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. There's the falsehoods that they were spreading right from the start. Okay? Well, he crossed state lines with a weapon. Not true. That was their
I
immediate
don't know why
narrative.
that persisted so long.
Like that was
that rumor.
Right. It was absolutely false. The gun was in Kenosha, where his father and his grandparents and his aunts and uncles lived.
There's no
where
general prohibition against crossing state lines with a gun anyways.
Right.
That sounds like a crime that's not. I mean, there's all kinds of federal laws and state laws about, gun ownership and whether you can have a gun and whether but I don't know what that whole thing was.
Well, I do believe that he should, when this trial and the jury figures it all out, guilty on all charges, okay, not guilty on all charges, he goes and maybe should even sue the Biden administration, or at least the Biden campaign, for using his picture in the promotion, calling him a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, Nick Sandman, I hear you. That is total defamation. And the fact that the media calls it a white supremacist. The fact that I had to get in an argument on Twitter explaining, no. There was nobody of any color but white that was shot.
Right. Yeah. I have seen that. I've seen that rumor too.
Right. But anyway, hey, what are your thoughts on it all? Okay, let us know about the jury, the trial, the judge, the prosecution, the defense, all of it. Type in your comments. Give us a like. Share this video, okay? Because this is a pretty in-depth conversation. You're not really going to get anywhere else. And we have a lawyer on hand keeping me in line.
Yeah. Or don't, just mind your own business.
Don't.
Put a comment in there about what you know about. Let the jury decide their end. That thing's going to trial. We're going to know real soon what the result is, I expect.
I think so. Maybe even.
I imagine we'll learn tomorrow.
Yeah, it's got to be tomorrow.
It's got to be tomorrow because they aren't going to do it in the middle of the night like this. It's too late now.
TMZ's only reporting on Britney. Whatever. Bay, what about this one? This Wisconsin school district faces a lawsuit after using male name pronouns for female students over parents' objections. Lawyer Wayne. Oh, boy.
Teachers should know better. They should know their grammar. If you don't even, let's just put it this way: if you don't know what the right pronoun to use in a situation, you probably shouldn't be a teacher, right? I don't know if they're an English teacher. Maybe if you're a math teacher, you can get away with the wrong pronouns, but
what if it's a guy and they call him a guy? Do you know what I mean?
Well, guy's kind of gender neutral, like, hey, you guys, let's go to the store. I could refer to guys and gals. That's why I call everyone dude or comrade, right? Because then,
Oh, because you're a communist.
Well, if it's a communist, if I'm hanging out with my commie buddies,
Yeah,
we call each other comrade.
Right.
If I'm with my skater boys, we call each other dude.
Bros?
Yeah.
Or is bros no good?
Bros includes girls, too, now,
okay.
sometimes.
Bros and hoes?
No, you don't. No, Joe. No,
That
just
was a Jersey
just
thing.
bros.
So this Wisconsin school district is facing a lawsuit from the parents of a 12-year-old female student after they stated That would be using a male name and pronouns for the young student expressing gender dysphoria.
What is a male name?
Despite objections
Is
from the
Joe
parents.
a male name? One of the characters from Little Women is named Joe. It's short for Josephine. What's yours short for? Joseph.
Joseph.
So,
right.
So it's the "ing" part. Is that what they're calling the girly part? Because Joe can be either.
That's right. Remember Facts of Life?
Yeah.
Right? Joe.
Yeah.
Male name.
J-O. The lawsuit filed by the Wisconsin Institute for Law. Go figure. This is Wisconsin, where Kenosha is in, by the way. The lawsuit filed by the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty and Alliance Defending Freedom in the Waukesha County Circuit Court, this was today, alleged that Kettle Moraine School District violated the constitutional rights of the student's parents by pushing her towards a significantly life-changing decision. In court documents obtained by the Daily Signal, Will and ADF, W-I-L-L, all capital, and ADF state that this action seeks to vindicate one of the most fundamental constitutional rights every parent holds dear, the right to raise their children. So the Kettle Moraine School District has violated this fundamental right by undermining and overriding parents' decision-making role with respect to a major and controversial issue. Lawyer Wayne?
I love it. I think parents should have control.
Could you please explain what I just said?
I think what the parents are basically saying is this. When I send my kid to your school, and I'm going to let you teach my kid, I'm your boss. I'm going to tell you what to teach my kid, when to teach my kid, how to teach my kid. I'm going to tell you what name to call my kid, and I'm going to tell you what pronouns to call my kid. And if you have a problem with that, I'm going to sue you, right? And I like that. I like parents that stand up for themselves. I like parents that want to take control of their child's education. I would recommend to them to consider homeschooling. I have basically absolute control over the schooling of my kids. I will call them whatever pronouns I prefer. I will call them whatever names that I want. Literally, I got to pick their names out. That was fun. If you make your own kids, you get to pick out what their name is. And real soon here, you're going to pick out what their gender is, I think. The doctor got to pick mine. I think they're going to, one of these days they'll probably turn to the parents and say, what do you want to put on here? Leave it blank? Let them decide later? I don't know.
In New York, that already started.
Look what Elon Musk tried to name his kid, right? There's some limits on that.
Him and Bernie in
But
a
imagine
Twitter
if you
war.
let him make up his own gender, right? What gender would Elon Musk put on for his kid? Yeah, these parents have a point. They want control over the classroom, and there's a lot of aspects of classroom control, like what my kid eats, whether they wear a mask, what history they're taught, that these people are arguing over. The teacher's going to say, well, I have freedom of speech, and I should be able to say what I want. And they're going to say, no, you don't. You work for the government. You're a school teacher. You say what we want you to say.
Bay, specifically the district, has adopted a policy to allow, facilitate, and affirm a minor student's request to transition to a different gender identity at school without parental consent.
I thought you got to be 18 for anything.
Well, this one is just call me this. I identify as this.
Right. I want to be called whatever.
And now the school district is allowing that even over the parent's objection. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
If the student in this school district, if the student wants to identify is a biological female and wants to identify as a male, the parents, if they are against this, the school still has to call them by what the kid wants.
Who gets to decide what this teacher says to the kid? Does the teacher decide? Does the school decide? Does the parents decide? Or does the kid decide?
So what if they wanted to be described as a dinosaur?
As something other than...
That's why you got to figure out, is it the kid that gets to decide what they want to be? Or is it the school district, the parents' choice? Right.
So it's got to be nipped in the bud sooner or later. Well, here's the thing.
You just need a clear policy. If the school, you put a card down and says, this kid's name is this, you call him this, and the teacher says, all right, I know what to call the kid now. But if the kid gets to fill it out themselves and the parents disagree, then it's not a case of the parents telling the teacher or the school district what to call their kid. It's let the kid decide. And you're right, that does open up some interesting questions.
Now, here's the thing, and this is why parents who are not woke but awake, this is why you really need to run for school board elections. Okay? If you want this debate to be settled, in a way that you, the masses, you are the majority. Believe you me, we saw that in Virginia 2 weeks ago. If you want this debate to be solved, then you got to step up and you got to run for these school board elections and get elected. So this policy where the kid gets to choose no matter what is over. All right. It's crazy, Bay. You know what else crazy? This guy gets 3 years, 5 months in prison. That's right. QAnon Shaman. Remember this guy, Lawyer Wayne?
I do remember him.
Yeah.
I remember this guy. I remember his videos.
Yeah. So this guy right here, the horn-helmeted January 6th rioter, known as QAnon Shaman, was sentenced today by a federal judge to 41 months in prison. Now, the defendant, okay, whose real name, by the way, is Jacob Chansley, pleaded guilty in September to a single count of felony obstruction of an official proceeding.
Right.
Not insurrection, not attempted murder, not threatening a politician, for the obstruction. A felony obstruction of an official proceeding is what he is found guilty on.
Sounds fair.
And that he gets 3 years, 5 months in prison for this. Where is it?
Sounds a little harsh, but he did disrupt a full-blown congressional session.
For this.
He cussed in Congress. That should.
He's not the first, though.
Not the first person to
he's not
cuss
the
in
first,
Congress.
yeah. As he walks, you know.
You can't cuss in a courtroom. You can get 10 days in jail in our local courtroom for cussing like that.
Now, again, as said earlier, and many of times, no one should have went inside this place.
No, it's completely disrespectful.
Okay? You fell for the bait, my friends. You took the baits. That's what they wanted. The media was just like, yeah, go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, go inside.
No, I'm glad this guy gets 3 years. I think anybody, any idiot, I think next idiot that wants to put on a hat and go try to disrupt a congressional session, right? I would like to say, hey, remember what happened to that guy? Don't do that.
But again, what about the ones like with now the footage of the cops, the Capitol Police, opening the doors, saying, come on in, and then walking orderly? Believe you me, those idiots breaking windows, okay? And again, the only one killed during the riots was a MAGA supporter, the female Air Force veteran.
Right.
Shot by the D.C. police. Right?
Terrible tragedy.
Right.
She shouldn't have been there, though. Right? That's somebody, you know, you invade like that.
I just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
Yeah. This guy's like
3 years, 5 months for this, though. This is, I don't know.
I mean, he should get the worst. He put on the fanciest outfit and did that, right? Like, let's just say he should probably get the worst. He looks like he's acting like he's some kind of ringleader. Well, you want to walk in there and get up there and act like an idiot?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Biden pardons him, but not like right away. Like, make him sit there for like a couple of weeks at least and think about what he did.
Whoever's pulling his strings will not have his pen sign any pardons.
Yeah, maybe Kamala will do it after she gets to be.
Vandalizing that sacred space, the Senate. Okay, I actually stopped somebody from stealing.
Yeah, he didn't vandalize anything. No charges of vandalizing.
Well, no, but he
muffins out of the.
He actually he actually told people to stop stealing the muffins out of the food break area.
Well, how thoughtful of you, sir.
Listen,
but you know, it's like.
Listen, I love it.
And vandalizing that sacred space, the Senate. Okay, I actually stopped somebody from stealing muffins out of the break room.
See. That's why it should be 3 years and 4 months. Okay.
For the muffins?
For the muffins.
I'm not sure what the judge is. I'm not sure what all they take into consideration in those kinds of things. But
here's his lawyer. Here's the guy's lawyer.
Mr. Chansley owned his responsibility. He sought to be accountable. He was and has been held accountable. And he is.
Kind of reminds me of the lawyer from My Cousin Vinny before they took on My Cousin Vinny.
I kind of wish I
right?
would look like that. He looks like He looks like the kind of guy you're like, oh yeah, that's a good lawyer.
Yeah.
He looks like he knows his stuff.
Yeah, but you may have a difference of opinion in just a moment, Lord.
Probably not great at parties, but
okay.
We'll see.
Accountable. And he is respectful of this court and everyone involved in this case for having put himself in this position. He is absolutely embracing being held accountable.
There you go.
Okay, so he's
all right.
His lawyer says,
sorry,
all right,
my bad.
It is what it is.
He agreed to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he went in front of a judge, had a fight, and the judge said he had to do 3.5 years. He went in and said, I'll do 3.5 years. I'll volunteer for it.
What do you think probation?
I don't think federal sentencing allows for
probation?
In what you're thinking of. I think he has to do exactly that many months before, and then gets out on parole of some sort.
Yeah.
I'm not a federal attorney, guys. Don't take my word for it. I only know the state law stuff.
Yeah. He argued that the guy had no criminal record and long-standing mental health issues. His lawyer said also. He also said that Chansley is more than 650 people to have been charged in the riot. Roughly 120 have pled guilty, mostly to misdemeanor crimes. You know what I mean?
Eric says, I'm defending authoritarians and political oppression. Look, the guy went into the Capitol. He went into the Capitol. He's in a silly outfit and stood on the speaker's desk. That alone should probably carry some significant jail time. But he did it while they were trying to do business.
Yeah.
An important business.
Well, here's the thing.
Protest outside. Wave your signs.
Again, nobody should have went inside that building.
Yeah.
Okay? Only because you knew they were setting you up to use this day. I know the emotions were high, and I hear you. I hear you. There were definitely some irregularities in a certain election that I'm not going to mention the year of, YouTube. Right. But don't take the bait.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Here's what else the lawyer said.
After spending this much time talking with David Chansley and learning about him, what do you think is appropriate accountability for the former president?
What do I think about his what?
What is an appropriate accountability for former President Trump?
She asked, what do you think Trump should do?
I think he got banned from Facebook. That's pretty harsh.
Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, YouTube.
He got canceled. And he lost the election.
Well, if you're asking my opinion,
What does this guy say?
my opinion is meaningless. I will say that I would probably be far more effective over a beer with former President Trump, even if he didn't have a beer, because I understand he doesn't drink beer, but I'd have a beer. And I'd tell him, you know what? You got a few fucking things to do.
Okay. All right. All right. This is the lawyer.
Oh, right.
Tell him, you know what? You got a few fucking things to do, including clearing this fucking mess up.
I hope my kids aren't
Taking
watching.
care of a lot of the
Yeah, sorry,
jackasses that you
kids.
fucked up
Okay, all right. Sorry, kiddo, sorry.
because of January 6th.
I'm kidding.
In the
I wouldn't let my
meantime,
kids watch your
I
show.
might talk to him about some other things that I'd agree with him on.
So, yeah, he definitely wants Trump to say something about this.
No.
And weigh in. Well, he'll get his chance in that 2024
Now
campaign.
that my case is over, I'm going to say some stuff. I'm glad I think it's funny. Oh, I hope.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on all of this? Okay, I mean, is it too much? Is it not enough? Is it justice? I'd love to know about your comments. What's up? What's up, Heather? Heather checking in. Gail! What's up, Gail? I'm not understanding why he got time and none of the rioters who were arrested for looting, stealing, burning down businesses, literally ruining lives. Actually, 24 lives total during last year's riots were taken. Literally ruining lives, haven't had face any charge.
Well,
it's a
Gail,
great question, Gail.
Don't think that the police weren't rounding up as many people out at Kenosha rioting as they could, right? If you're talking about the people involved in the case with Kyle Rittenhouse, for example, apparently they just found out the alleged identity of one person recently.
Casey, do you know who Gail is?
Not that we would say that.
Yeah, she keeps
they're
she keeps trolling Lawyer Wayne over here. I love it. Oh look, my shirt's kind of see-through with the My shirt's kind of see-through with the.
Yeah, the.
I didn't
green.
realize that. But it's a blue shirt.
Yeah, blue screen too.
Damn it.
That's new.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's funny.
That sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess it's like a greenish blue.
That. Damn it. And I like wearing blue. What do we got? Oh, Dune. Okay. Dune. What about Dune? I have no idea. Bay, have you ever watched the movie Dune?
Yeah, I watched the original one and the new one.
And Lawyer Wayne, you swear by this movie?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right. First of all, Dune. This is not the original. This is a remake.
Well,
would you call it a reboot?
I wouldn't call it a remake in the sense of it's an adaptation of a book. Right?
Okay.
This book has had a couple of adaptations before, and so I don't. Whenever you got, it's like, is Lord of the Rings a remake of the old cartoon Lord of the Rings?
Yes, it is.
No,
I would
it's
call
an
it a remake.
adaptation of the book. If somebody makes another
a
Lord of the
reboot.
Rings, 10 years from now, it's not a reboot. It's not a remake. It's an
Hill
adaptation.
of
It's its own thing.
Dune. So Dune, okay, as Dune Part 1. So I guess they're making other ones.
Apparently.
There's a
they're
2021
making-
American epic
This is
science
part one
fiction
of
film.
2. He hopes to make 3 movies. They're already working on number 2.
I heard they want to get Alec Baldwin on this, but they didn't want anyone to die. That's what I heard.
Too soon, Joe. Too soon.
No, it's too late. The freaking guy. That guy did it on purpose, man. That's an old school revolver. That's something you have to freaking.
Have they released the footage on it? Because all of that was caught on every camera.
I would hope so.
Oh yeah.
In HD.
I mean, that guy had to,
It was on a movie
it's
set.
a revolver.
It's all on film.
You got to cock it back.
Yeah.
To pull that trigger for it to
If
fire.
we wanted to, we could see exactly what happened that day. Even better than with Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah.
But that one is still under investigation, I guess.
Well, that means he didn't do it. I mean, I would think so, because if they had him on camera doing something on purpose, or anybody doing anything real illegal, they'd have arrested him.
So this is a post-apocalyptic movie?
No, it's set about 20,000 years in the future. So there's been multiple apocalypses. This is a sci-fi movie, though. Where
Is it woke?
Oh no, this was written in the '60s by an absolute nut job.
It's about the spice.
It's woke in very different ways.
Spice is the cure for everything?
It's woke in the '60s ways, not in the modern ways.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with 60.
It's all about doing drugs.
Yeah.
Spice is a drug.
Is there any nudity?
No, it's PG-13.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie.
So I got to watch with my dates.
Yeah,
They don't like nudity.
I let my kids watch it. It's grown up in theme.
Why should people watch this, Lawyer Wayne?
I'll just look at it. It's gorgeous. It's worth just looking at. It's one of the most visually spectacular movies I've ever seen.
Their cruelty to my people.
Dave Bautista's in
Batista,
Yeah.
all-star cast.
He's another idiot, though. He's an idiot.
But he's a wonderful actor.
He's another one that weighed into this Rittenhouse stuff, not knowing any facts and spouting lies.
He's not paid to be smart. He's paid to look like that and say his lines, and he does a great job.
I liked him as a wrestler, but it just goes to show you, he needs to be fed lines to be effective.
He did.
Is all I've known.
All right, so I guess there's people enslaved.
What's to become of our world?
I don't get it.
Hey, Duncan, can I trust you with something?
Yeah.
All right,
Aquaman?
So Aquaman's in it?
Aquaman?
Is there any water? Did you know Aquaman is the highest grossing DC movie of all time?
Is it really?
Yep.
Nice.
Isn't that stupid, though?
No, it's one of the best. Wait. First off, Aquaman is directed by Lin. I think whatever that guy's the director's name is.
Evil Lin?
It's one of the. It's
from He-Man?
It's on par with Wonder Woman. It's one of the best movies.
Wonder Woman's much hotter.
I think a lot of people would argue that too.
Trust you with something?
I think the second highest grossing might be The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Right? Is that the one with Heath Ledger?
No. The Dark Knight Rises is the one with Bane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, always. You know that.
I've been having dreams.
Or maybe it's The Dark Knight then.
Arrakis.
Could be.
All right, so this guy's having dreams? I don't get it. Was he a prince and he's having dreams?
Something like that.
Like,
Son of a Duke, actually.
Yeah, he's son of a Duke.
This trailer's not selling me, Lawyer Wayne.
This isn't the good trailer.
Oh, there's a better one?
Dreams make good stories. But everything important happens when we're awake. Look at you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
No.
We are a house.
All right, I don't want to get
All the trailers are good.
Yeah,
I love them all.
I don't want to get booted here for copyright, even though this is
Actually, this one doesn't have the music I'm thinking of, so that actually probably good that you chose this one.
We do not own the rights to this. Okay, we are just doing a reaction video to the trailer of Dune.
Facebook, we're trying to promote the movie.
Yeah,
right.
To put money in China's pockets.
You might as well count this as an ad and bill HBO for it.
Yeah, and pay me for my in-stream ads already.
It's got Thanos in it.
Thanos is in this?
Thanos, Josh Brolin.
No, that's not Thanos. That's Mikey's brother from Goonies. Troy, right?
It's got Poe Dameron
not Troy. What was his
from the
name?
new Star Wars stuff.
Alexa, what's the name of Mikey's brother in Goonies?
Here's something I found on the web.
Brandon, maybe?
According to Wikipedia.org, the Goonies include Optimus lead Goonie Mikey Walsh, his older brother Brandon, the inventive Data,
Let's
the
go
talkative
Brandon!
Mouth, and the klutz chunk.
Let's go Brandon! All right, so why should I watch this again? All right, so they're all trying to. It's all these different armies.
Here's what Dune is.
Trying to fight for this spice.
It's Game of Thrones, but PG-13 in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no nudity then.
This
if it's not Game of
correct.
Thrones. Right.
It's family-friendly Game of Thrones in space. If that's what you want, go watch this.
And it's got all these different factions and characters.
All these noble
right?
houses. This is set 20,000 years in the future. They don't use robots and stuff because they already did all that. They had their war with the Terminator machines, and the robots lost. So it's just people now. Right?
All right. So there's no robots, but they are using some pretty.
They're sailing around, getting in sword fights and stuff.
Sword fights in the future?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Because they all got shields and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't use a gun. It'll just bounce off their magic shield.
So-
I mean, their technical shields.
Well, you got to have something that's slow enough to penetrate.
Yeah, so you get to see some good sword fights. You get to see Thanos getting sword fights. They play bagpipes.
So I'm guessing this is the. Oh, look, it's what's his name?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem is in it.
Yeah. Oh, he makes a great villain. I love him in that
I like
old
him
country, No Country for Old Men.
And
Every
then James
actor
Bond.
in this
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So
all-star cast.
each of these people are the different leaders of different groups.
Yeah. You
Okay.
got,
Except these two are on the same team.
well,
He's his general or
the
something.
main character's a young man. He's the son of the Duke, and he's going to.
The
They're
Duke
taking
all
over a
the
new
way up.
planet,
And
then some space politics happens.
is it
and
because Dune is has a lot of that spice?
Dune's got the spice, right? There's a whole planet. Imagine a whole planet made out of cocaine that's also oil, right?
And they use the spice for everything.
Yeah. they use
Michael Glaze goes, one who controls the spice controls the world.
It tastes great. It's less filling, and they use it to power their space travel.
She was, we got, who's that? Judge Eric is saying that she was married, and so is he. They were best friends and going out to dinner all the time. And I wonder if Alec, this is about Alec Baldwin. If Alec made a move, she denied him. And to avoid a Me Too, he blasted her with a 45 in the chest. Ding, 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 ding.
Alec Baldwin is not in this movie, Dune.
No,
But
I don't think he's going to be in any movies anytime soon.
yeah, this movie served, the book served as an inspiration to sci-fi in the way that Frankenstein, there's a lot of movies and stuff that is sci-fi involving mad scientists doing experiments, and that inspired the whole genre. This is about the boy in the desert that has to overcome the evil empire, right? And if that sounds familiar at all, it's because everybody has been ripping it off for a long time. But this one goes in directions that stories like Star Wars and such about they're mostly feel-good movies about with happy endings and all that kind of stuff. This story doesn't quite go in that direction, and it's I'll warn you going in, this movie is only the first half of the first book, so it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it
and
did.
you're gonna have to wait a couple of years to see it.
I was like, what happened?
What
this
happened?
ain't all of the movie.
Yeah.
I'll
hate
warn
when
you
they do
too that it's available to see streaming through HBO, but that's only for a limited time.
And
for
if you
some
don't have
reason.
HBO, how do you watch it?
Go to the theater and watch it. I've seen it twice in theater, twice
How's it
at
doing
home.
in the box office
I
there?
think it's doing pretty well.
Dune, let's see if it's made any money. Plot is blah, 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 boring. Okay.
Audience scores love it. Critics
I don't know.
Critics think it's okay.
Good.
It's
merchandising. What do they sell dolls for this too?
It's
I'm sure there's going to be video games and what have you.
I'm sure there will be.
But hey, LawyerWayne.com. Know your rights, know your options, and know your movies. Lawyer Wayne recommending Dune 2021. Nice job. Hey, good to have you back, brother.
Thanks.
Yeah, we missed you. You've been too busy lawyering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy ever since. I'm sure there's a flood of cases because everything's back open, right?
For the most part, it's been very busy.
Yeah, they're just shoehorning it all in. Guilty, not guilty. Need 'em, got 'em, got 'em, need 'em. Right. LawyerWayne.com. Check them out. Go to LawyerWayne.com. You got any legal needs? That's your guy right there. I send to everyone. I send it. Do they contact you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which one? Who's contacted you so far?
I'll never tell.
Oh, come on. What are the cases?
I can't tell.
I don't think you understand how many times people come to me. And even I don't send them your way when I know it's no.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of them you say, Lawyer Wayne doesn't handle that.
They're like, listen, stop watching People's Court, okay?
Right.
Stop.
I handle criminal cases. I handle family law stuff, divorce,
Yeah.
custody cases, things like that. I'm
Boyfriend, girlfriend fights.
trying to stay out of all that stuff where they're fighting with the schools and things. Man, that's a mess.
Dude, let's go into constitutional law.
All right.
Good to have you back. Bay! You got anything before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting conversations
Yes,
today.
yeah.
Yeah. Oof. What are your thoughts on it all? Type in your comments. Give us a like. Make sure to share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Keep the comments coming. Tonight, I'll have a glass of vino, and I'll get to them, and I'll reply back to them. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for enabling us to have a conversation right here on The Joe Padula Show, America's Party with a Purpose. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's Conversation. It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's Conversation.
Absolutely. One of the most amazing things to do all year round is to visit some of the world's most beautiful places and scuba dive, creating a lifetime of memories with each trip. But first, you must get certified, and that's where Water Dogs comes in. They're right here in Clarksville, and the Water Dog team makes the scuba certification process affordable, fun, and effective. They'll even help you plan your trip. So if you're an expert diver or never seen the ocean, Water Dog Scuba and Safety is ready to help show you the experiences of a lifetime. waterdogs-scuba.com.
Salutations. This is Casey Bryant with Local Clarksville. Don't forget to download our app to find local places to eat, shop, and play. You're listening to The Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
The following is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Hello, Clarksville. Lawyer Wayne here. Yes, I am a real lawyer, and yes, I have 9 kids. Do you know what the number one complaint about lawyers is? It's not how much they cost or even how good a job they do. It's that they don't return phone calls. Well, if you go to lawyerwayne.com, I've got my cell phone number on there. You put it in your phone, and if you need a lawyer, text me. You can come down to my office at 120 South 2nd Street. We can talk about your case. I offer free consultations. Know your rights, know your options.